Mr. Bella, can you hear me?
Mr. Chairman, are you with us?
Yes, I am. Good to hear your voice.
Yes, sir. Apologies there. It seems we had a little bit of an issue with the speaker, but it's 10:01 and the meeting is recording, sir. I'm not sure if the other commissioners are on the call at this time. Commissioners? Okay, sir, it does not appear that Commissioner Pennington or Feinstein are with us. Just give me one moment.
Okay, fair enough.
Here we go. Commissioner Feinstein, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Feinstein is with us, and we do have a quorum, sir. Again, the meeting is recording, and it's 10:02.
Very good, thank you. I hereby call to order this meeting of the Arizona Boxing and Mixed Martial Arts Commission. Today is Wednesday, June 21st, 2023, and the time is 10:02 a.m. Would those commissioners in attendance please identify themselves and state as to whether they're here via telephone or Google Meets or in person?
This is Eric Feinstein. I'm here via Google Meets.
Thank you, Commissioner. This is Scott Fletcher. I'm here via telephone. Moving on to B, our new business. B1 is pursuant to ARS Sections 5-227, 5-228, and AAC R19-2-C604 for persons over the age of 36. The new license application submitted by Mr. Willie Jake Jr. for 2023 professional boxer license. Mr. Vella, will you speak to Mr. Jake's application, please?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Jake is ahead of the curve here. He is set to compete on the August on our August 12th top rank card, but he has advised me that that he has been in the gym training consistently. He says on average 2 to 3 hours a day. He strength trains 3 days a week and runs on a regular basis. He said he has no recent injuries and he feels ready for his upcoming fight. Mr. Jake is 40 years old and has a record of 11-3. I do recommend his approval.
Thank you, Mr. Bella. Commissioner Feinstein, thoughts or questions regarding Mr. Jake Jr.'s application?
No, sir.
Okay, neither do I. Chair be open to a motion if one exists.
Mr. Chairman, pursuant to ARS 5-227, 5-228, and AAC R19-2-C604, for persons over the age of 36 years old, I move that we approve the new license application submitted by Mr. Willie Jake Jr. for a 2023 professional boxer license.
Thank you, Commissioner. We have a motion. I am going to second that motion. We now have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries 2-0. Congratulations, Mr. Jake Jr. We'll see you in August.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And we appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us. Item B2 is also pursuant to ARS Sections 5-227, 5-228, and AAC R19-2-C604 for persons over the age of 36. The new license application submitted by Mr. Rodolfo Ezequiel Martinez for a 2023 professional boxer license. Mr. Bella.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Martinez is 41 years old, and he's obviously no rookie. He's 44-10. He advised me of his training regimen, that he says he does six sessions a week. So he trains nearly every day, one day off. And he said he spars twice a week. And he says that he feels very good about his upcoming bout and has not experienced any recent injuries. He advised me that he has maintained training throughout the 2-year period in which he's been off, and he looks forward to returning to the ring. Beyond that, sir, I will recommend his approval contingent upon us receiving the final administrative things. His blood work, I believe it's been administered. We're just waiting on the results to come back, and he's set to compete this weekend. So again, I would recommend a contingent approval on those items.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Vela. Commissioner Feinstein, any thoughts?
So this is a new license application. When was Mr. Martinez's last fight?
His last bout was in 2021, April of 2021. He lost by a split decision.
Okay, thank you.
If I may, Mr. Vela, he is slated to fight Trevor McCumbee, correct?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Okay, that'll be an interesting fight. That's Saturday, right?
Yes, sir, and I will note that the bout is scheduled for a regional WBC title, and that has been approved by the WBC as well.
Okay, thank you. What all do you need? Do you need blood work still?
Yes, sir. Again, the blood work's been administered. We're waiting on the results to come back. As he is from Argentina, and just as a little bit of context on this one, Mr. Martinez was plugged in last week as the other opponent had fallen off the card, and they had to book his arrangements to fly in from Argentina to get his medicals administered yesterday, and so that's why the blood work is still pending.
Understood. No, that makes perfect sense. I have no further questions. The chair would be open to a motion that includes some contingencies, if there is one.
Mr. Chairman, pursuant to ARS 5-227, 5-228, and AAC R19-2-C604 for persons over the age of 36 years old, I move that we approve the new license application submitted by Mr. Rodolfo Ezequiel Martinez for a 2023 professional boxer license contingent on his blood work being completed.
Thank you, Commissioner. We have a motion. I'm going to second that motion. We now have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 2-0. Congratulations, Mr. Martinez. Please get that blood work into us. Item B3 is also pursuant to ARS sections 5-227, 5-228, and AAC R19-2-C604 for persons over the age of 36, the new license application submitted by Mr. Eric Perry for a 2023 professional boxer license. Mr. Bello, you speak to this, please.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Perry is 37 years old. He and I had a nice conversation, and he advised me of his training regimen. He trains 6 days a week, usually between an hour and 2.5 hours a day. He spars 2 to 3 days a week, and he also does cardio 3 days a week, as well as strength training 3 days a week. He said he feels good and is definitely ready for his upcoming fight, and that he has not experienced any recent injuries. He has a professional record of 5-1, and I do recommend his approval.
Thank you, Mr. Bella. Mr. Feinstein, thoughts regarding Mr. Perry?
Just curious, when was his last bout?
His last bout was in November of 2022.
Okay. No more questions from me, sir, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner. The chair be open to a motion if there is one.
Okay. Pursuant to ARS 5-227, 5-228, and AAC R19-2C604 for persons over the age of 36 years old, I move that we approve the new license application submitted by Mr. Eric Perry for a 2023 professional boxer license.
Thank you, Commissioner. We have a motion, which I'm going to second. We now have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 2-0. Congratulations, Mr. Perry. Item B4, once again, is pursuant to ARS sections 5-227, 5-228, and AAC R19-2-C604 for persons over the age of 36. The renewal license application submitted by Mr. Jonathan Lacona Ramos for a 2023 professional boxer license. Mr. Vela, will you speak to Mr. Ramos's application, please?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Ramos is 37 years old. He has advised me of his training regimen and said that he trains Monday through Saturday. He runs 10 to 12 kilometers daily, practices every day in the gym, and strength trains every other day. He said he's excited for his upcoming fight and he feels his best at this time. He said he's always been grateful for the opportunity that the promoters and the commission give him to fight in our state. He says he has not experienced any recent injuries. I will note, Mr. Chairman, that we did approve Mr. Ramos for a license last year, and this will be a renewal. We approved him in, I believe, September or August of last year, and he competed against Danny Barrios Flores, and I would recommend his approval. However, this one would also be subject to contingencies, as the bout that he's scheduled to compete on is July 1st, and he will be traveling in from Mexico. So most likely his medicals will be administered the week prior to the fight.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Vela. So you need full medicals on him when he gets in town.
Correct.
And that would be the contingency you look for. One question: I looked at his box rack. Is he under any current suspensions? It looks like there was an Arizona suspension on his record at one point.
So I don't see a suspension. He does have a federal ID issued by us that expires in September. But his last suspension was in Florida due to a TKO that but it ended. That suspension was lifted in March. It was a 30-day.
Okay, great. Just want to make sure we are all ahead full. Commissioner Feinstein, thoughts regarding this application?
No questions from me, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, and none here either. The chair would be open to a motion that includes some contingencies.
Pursuant to ARS 5-227, 5-228, and AAC R19-2-C604 for persons over the age of 36 years old, I move that the renewal license application submitted by Mr. Jonathan Lacona Ramos for a 2023 professional boxer license be approved contingent on all of his medical and laboratory tests being completed.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner. We have a motion. I'm going to second that motion. We now have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioner. Motion carries 2-0. Congratulations, Mr. Ramos. Let's press on to see our information reports. C1 is our event reports. The following events were approved by the Executive Director from May 10th to June 20th. The first was a request from Iron Boy Combat Sports LLC for approval of a boxing event to be held at the Celebrity Theater in Phoenix, Arizona on Saturday, June 24th, 2023. The second is a request from Top Rank Incorporated for approval of a boxing event to be held at the Desert Diamond Arena in Glendale, Arizona on Saturday, August 12th, 2023. And the third is a request from Legacy Fighting Alliance, LLC, for approval of an MMA event to be held at the Arizona Financial Theater in Phoenix, Arizona on Friday, November 17th, 2023. Mr. Bella, any thoughts about our event report?
Not much, sir. Just happy to see events continuing to come back and for our promoters to continue to put on great events in Arizona.
Yeah, agreed. These are all three exciting events. These are great promoters that we're really glad to have back and staying busy with us. So good things afoot. Commissioner Feinstein, any thoughts?
No, I think I'm excited to, I may actually be able to attend on Saturday. So just looking forward to the event.
You're just rubbing it in. I'm going to be out of town and I'm really excited about that card. So I'll have to hear about it, I guess. Okay, let's press on. C2, our Sportgate concussion protocol. Mr. Bella.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. I am excited to announce that we've gone through the necessary procurement steps and have procured the licensing required for the Sportgate concussion platform. Today we have an internal administrative training for our staff to learn the functionalities of the platform. Currently, they are working on the clinic or the clinician side of the app. So the SportGate, they'll be releasing that to us very soon. And then shortly thereafter, in the coming weeks, I'll be scheduling a training for our ringside physicians as well. And I've included Commissioner Feinstein in there as well to have an account so that he could have access to the platform. Once my idea is that once we have completed the training, both for the administrative side and the physician side, then we will convene with our ringside physicians and our staff to basically break down how we will be implementing this and what the internal policy will be for how we administer the test. So overall, we're almost there. My goal was the beginning of the fiscal year, and that starts on July 1st. So it looks like probably by the end of July, we'll have something rolling out to begin administering these tests.
That's great news. Thank you for all your efforts. Commissioner Feinstein, what are your thoughts?
So I did download the SportGate app onto my phone. I did take the test and am happy to report that all my past concussions have not resulted in having an altered baseline state. So, but I did find the application easy to use and effective, and so I'm really looking forward to the implementation phase. I think this is a really important step for our commission and the safety of all of the combatants in our state. And so look forward to working with Dr. Oda to figure out how we operationalize this and make it easy for the fighters as well as the ringside physicians to implement and administer. So just great work, Mr. Vela. And I think this is going to be a real leadership position for us in the country as it relates to concussion protocols.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you for your time and input on this. It's critically important. It sends the right message and it protects fighters, which is our marching orders. So really excited about this. Thank you both for your efforts, and let's get that thing out there. Item D is a call to the public. Mr. Vela, is there anyone who'd like to chat with us?
Mr. Chairman, I did not see any hands raised at this time, sir, so I don't believe so.
Okay, then let's press on to E, the call to the commission, where commission members or the executive director may introduce a summary of current events, ask questions, and or make comments. Commissioner Feinstein, anything you would like to talk about?
No, no topics for me today, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Vela, you? Mr. Chairman, I would just like to commend all of our promoters on a job well done. I think that we've seen a great increase in matchmaking as well as administrative, regulatory measures being done timely. And so to all of our promoters who are having regular events and things, I think they're doing a very good job.
Thank you, Mr. Vela. And a lot of that's your fault, too. I think you've made it easier for them to comply in a timely manner. So thanks for your efforts. We have a great group of promoters we work with, and I think you've gone to great lengths to make it easier for them to know what's needed when. So everybody's working together, which is great. I have nothing, which pushes me into F, the announcement that the next regularly scheduled commission meeting will be at 10 a.m. on Wednesday, July 19th, 2023, and is subject to change based on a quorum. Pushing us to G, adjournment. Is there a motion for such?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we adjourn the meeting.
Thank you, Commissioner. We have a motion. I'm going to second that motion. We now have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
We are officially adjourned. That was a 2-0 vote for adjournment. Thank you all for your time. There's a lot of great things brewing, and the rest of the year is going to be fantastic. So it's onward and upward. Everybody take care. Appreciate your time.